but thank you.
Okay, sure. All right, so we're going to do a quick recap of what Ms. G taught last week, Thursday. And I wonder, for those of you who were in the lesson on Thursday, when we want to draw a straight line, all we really need is just 2 points. And we can always find those 2 points if we're looking at them. This is my Cartesian plane. Ooh, my lines are going to be skewed, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, if this is my x-axis over here, and this is my y-axis over there, okay, it's easy for us to find 2 points where one is sitting on the y-axis and one is sitting on the x-axis, and then all you need to do is just pick up your ruler and draw a straight line through both of them like that. And something really cool about those 2 coordinates is going to happen over there, and something really cool. Ooh, let's make sure. Something really cool is going to happen about the, oh, and I'm giving it away. I'm literally giving it away. Oh, there, we're going to have something really cool about those coordinates over there. So anybody who was with us on Thursday, do you remember if we want to find the y-intercept, okay, and this one over here, this funky button, that point over there on the y-axis is called the y-intercept. How do we find the y-intercept? Who can remember? Wonder if anybody's here from last week. Oh, Pretty put her hand up. Yes, Pretty, can you unmute and let me know?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
I think where this line cross is the y-intercept.
Yes, and how do we find the y-intercept? How do we find it on the equation, on the equation of the graph? I have to make something equal to, what do we know about my x value at that point? What do we know about my x value on this line? What about all my x values on this line when they cross the x on the when they cross the y-axis?
It crosses the y-axis.
And what do we know about my x? What it will be equal to?
I think it will be equal to 0.
It is. You don't have to think, you know it. You know it. It's equal to 0. Well done. Okay.
Well done, Pretty.
Why our x value is going to be equal to 0. Excellent stuff, Pretty. And we know that if we have our x-intercept of any graph, I wonder if anybody can figure this one out. We know that our y value is going to equal to, I think Redfa's onto something in the chat. She's got the correct answer there. Oh, it's Funzo. Yes, Funzo, I'm so sorry. Mujahid says y will be equal to 0, and he's correct. Sorry about that, Funzo. I remember, yes. You have to change your name. Well done, all the way to, and Mujahid remembered that y is going to be equal to 0. So we're going to look at this function over here, and we're going to try this example over here. And I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to do this example. And Asante says, we did this in class today. That's awesome to hear. And then you can tell me here, guys, what we're going to get for the values of x and y. And remember, we need to put it in coordinate form. So we're looking for the coordinates. All right, I'll give you 5 minutes to do both those questions and draw a graph. And if you'd like, you can hold your paper or your book up to the screen so that we can see what your drawing looks like.
Yeah, I would like to see some drawings of some straight lines, guys. Let's do this.
Kama, that is amazing. Nishay, that's perfectly fine. Just try and keep up. Just watch what we're going to do with this particular example, and then I'll show you how to do this. It's quite simple. It's actually not that difficult at all. Okay, and if you're still feeling a little bit lost, you can always go watch the older videos, so lessons 1 and 2 on our website, and you'll catch right up, I promise. Hi, Precious.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, can you please, not start all over, but can you please, explain what's going on? Because I'm a little bit late.
Okay, so what we're doing now is we're finding the x-intercept and the y-intercept of this function that we have over here. I'll just highlight it, of this function over here. So the function says y is equal to 2x minus 1, and we're trying to find the coordinates of the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Do you remember, Precious, when we're looking for the y-intercept, what do we need to make 0 equal to? I'm saying
Yeah,
0.
we
What do
need
we
to
need to
make
make x equal to? X needs to be equal to?
Isn't it I think it's 2 over y or y over 2 or 0. X, oh yeah, sorry. Y is
X is going
supposed
to
to be
equal to
equal
0.
to 0 and X is supposed to be equal to 0.
Yes.
So ma'am,
when
we're
I'm looking
using
for
the
the intercept,
so we're only going to determine the coordinates for the y-intercept and the x-intercept.
And draw the graph for me if you are able to.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure, no problem.
You this, Precious. All the best. Try it by yourself. Let's do this, guys. You guys are concentrated. I see. Oregolele, I see you. Jacobs, I also see you. Kyokopile, I see you. Kamva, Mugai, I hope you're writing, enjoying your graph. Let's go.
All right, I'll give you guys 2 more minutes and then we're going to look at the answers to this question. Hello, Nati.
There's Unati, okay. Unati 1, hi.
Hello, Nati. How can we
Okay,
help?
ma'am. This is off topic, but in class today we started with the geometry of straight lines, and
lines.
it's kind of difficult because honestly it's not what we learned like in grade 8. Yes, there's corresponding angles, parallel lines, cointeriors, and stuff like that, but now they added some hard stuff, so honestly
That's perfectly fine, Unati. Trust me, a lot of the geometry of straight lines that you do in grade 9 involves algebra. So if you can get your algebra proper, then you'll be fine in those classes, I promise you. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And ma'am,
You're very welcome.
I could be leaving a bit early because I have a function at school.
That's perfectly fine. Remember, we record these lessons so you can come back and watch the parts you missed.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, awesome. Somebody's asking, ma'am, can you zoom in a little? Let me see if I can. There we can. Okay. Is that better? I hope better. Okay, I hope that's better. Sisipo, I hope that you can see that a lot better. Awesome. Okay. All right. And unfortunately, our time is up. I'm going to start answering number 1. Okay. So in this equation, if I'm going to look for my y-intercept, then I'm going to make my x equal to 0. So I'm going to go y is equal to, so I'm going to move that over there, 2 multiplied by 0 minus 1. And that's going to give me a y coordinate of minus 1. But then again, because I need it in coordinate form, I always write my x value first. My x value is 0 and my y value is not 1, it is -1. I need to do that again, -1. There we go. All right. And that's the answer for A. That's A's answer there. For B, when we want our x-intercept, we need to make y equal to 0. So I'm going to get 0 is equal to 2x minus 1. And then I can take 2x over to that side and it's going to become -2x. So we'll get -2x is equal to -1. And to get x on its own, I'm going to divide both sides by -2. And that's going to give me that x is equal to 1 over 2, because a negative and a negative will give us a positive. That's perfectly fine, Sinubuhle, welcome. It's great to see you. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit to my graph. Oh no, guys, I'm forgetting. I need to put this in coordinate form. So I'm going to have to write my x value, which is 1/2, and write my y value, which is 0. And then I'm going to go to my graph over here, and I'm going to plot it. I'm going to plot my 2 points. I'm going to go to 0 and 1 on my y-axis. Right there. That's 0, 1. And then I'm going to go, oh, this is not right at all. My point is 0 and -1, so it's down here. There we go. 0 and -1. And my x-intercept was at 1/2 and 0. And then I'm just going to grab a ruler, but I'm just going to grab a straight line quickly, and I'm going to go through those 2 points, and I'm going to join those 2 points just like that. Okay, I'm going to make it black. And then remember, it goes forever. All right. And what are we missing over here? Hi, Busi.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, how can I help?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask where it says x is equal to 1/2. Is it fine if we simplify the answer?
How would we simplify it anymore?
Like simplify as in, because if we simplify like 1/2, right? It's 0.5. So if we wrote 0.5, is it fine?
It's perfectly fine. Okay. You can choose whether you want to write it as 1/2 or 0.5. 0.5 and 1/2 are exactly the same thing. It's just one is in decimal form and the other is in fraction form. Okay, and you can choose which one of those you want.
Thank you, ma'am.
No issues. Okay. All right, and this is just a recap of the last thing that we did on Thursday. Okay, can I get a thumbs up in the chat or a thumbs down to see if you guys understand how we got to these answers using the dual intercept method or the intercept method. Thank you, Precious. I was waiting for somebody to say, I didn't name, ma'am, you didn't name your graph. Yes, I need a label for my graph. Great. And then I had to label
done, Precious. I like that. Well done.
Very well done, Precious. Okay, I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. Hotatsu says, no, ma'am, thumbs down. I'm still a little confused. Okay, and that's okay. I'm going to give you another easy one and we can have a look at what it is we're actually supposed to do with these examples. Okay. All right, so we're going to work through it quite slowly. Okay, and we're going to see how exactly it is that we got to this answer. We're going to use a different example. Okay. All right, so guys, I'm going to give you this example here. I'm going to go y is equal to 2x plus 2. Okay, and from this, I want us to find the y-intercept. Oh, okay, Lihle, I'll give you a chance to take a screenshot in just a bit. Okay, and the x-intercept. Now, for those of you who had your thumbs down and you were like, you're not understanding, remember, can one of you guys tell me, what do we need to do in order to find the y-intercept? Do any of you guys remember? We just had a look at it. I'll give you a hint while Lihle takes a screenshot. Okay. Yes, Luniko.
Ma'am, I think in the value of x is where you're going to put the brackets and then put the 0 in to multiply.
Yes, okay.
And then
yeah, I think you've already skipped ahead, absolutely. But if I want to find the y-intercept, I need to make my x 0. So I'm going to take this x here in the equation and I'm going to make it equal to 0.
Well done, Luniko. That was great explanation.
So what my new equation is going to be like, because I'm trying to find my y value, I'm going to go y is equal to 2. And I'm going to substitute 0 in plus 2. And then I'm going to get 2 times 0, which is 0, plus 2, and that's going to give me 2. Okay, Canva, if you log back into watobe.co.za, you will find like, I think it's written under previous videos or previous classes. You'll find them there. Okay, now guys, if I want to find the x-intercept, what am I going to have to do? Anyone willing to tell us what do we have to do in order to find the x-intercept? Yes, Ntando.
Let's go, my people.
Ma'am, don't you make the x 0?
Oh, no, when we were looking for the y-intercept, we made x 0. Now that I'm looking for the x-intercept.
Sorry, I mean y 0.
Yes, we're going to have to make y equal to 0. And then we're going to use that to solve for x. I'm going to move down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take this y, let me change colors. I'm going to take this y over here and I'm going to replace it with 0. And then I'm going to solve for x. So I'm going to go 0 is equal to 2x plus 2. And then I'm going to solve for my unknown, which in this case will be the x over there. So what I can do, I know that some of you guys' schools like to put x on the left-hand side, and we can do that, or you can solve for x on either side. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're going to take 2x over the equal sign, and it's going to become negative 2x is equal to 2. And then to get x on its own, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. Divide both sides by negative 2. And my x will then be equal to negative 1. Now, in coordinate form, what this looks like is, because this is my y value, my x, as I chose it, was 0, and my y is 2. Okay, because I chose my x to be 0. And over here, my x value is negative 1, and my y value, which I chose, is 0. Okay, and those are my 2 points. I'm going to write them up here. Okay, I have 0 and 2, and I have negative 1 and 0. The reason I want to do this is because I want to kind of draw on the graph, and I've scribbled everywhere on the graph at this point. So I just want to get it a little bit neater. Mahlatse, do you have a question? Before I erase everything. Mahlatse, can we help? Oh no, she's not unmuting. Mahlatse is not unmuting.
Okay, you just have to click on the little box that comes on your way, okay, on your device. So just click on it, and then you can be able to talk to us.
Okay, can we take Onwabo's question in the meantime, Onwaba?
Sorry, can you please explain the y-intercept again, if you don't mind?
Not an issue at all. Okay, we'll take it slowly. Don't go away. Okay, so when we're looking at the y-intercept. Oh, there's Mahlatse. Hi, Mahlatse.
Mahlatse, if you can wait a little bit, so you can listen to Teacher Croker's answer to the question that Onwaba asked. So maybe it will answer your question also. And if it didn't, I can unmute you, and then you can ask your question. Okay, we can go.
All right, thank you so much, Teacher Linda. All right, so Onwaba, remember, if I want to find my y-intercept, I need to make x equal to 0. So I'm going to look in this equation that I've written over there. Anywhere where I see an x, I'm going to replace it with 0. So I'm going to go y is equal to 2, and then I see a 0, so I'm in x, so I'm going to replace x with 0 plus 2. This is going to give me 2 times 0 will give me 0 plus 2. That means that my y value, where x is 0, is going to equal to 2. So that's how I wrote it here in coordinate form. Here, I chose my x value to be 0, and my y value became 2, because we always write x and then y.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you with me there?
Yes.
Okay, then let me ask you, if I wanted to find my x-intercept, what would I have to do?
You'd have to make y 0.
Good, y is equal to 0. So here I'm going to take in there, I'm going to replace this y over here with 0. So I'm going to have 0 is equal to 2x plus 2. Okay, and now I'm going to have to solve for x. That's my unknown. Okay. How would you solve for x here?
Wouldn't you take the +2 on the other side?
We can, yes. So we're going to take this +2 here and move it over to the other side, and it'll become?
-2.
Good. -2 will give us 2x. And then I want x on its own, so what do I need to do?
Divide by -2.
Well, not by -2 this time, because
Sorry?
2 is still positive.
Okay.
So divide by 2, divide by 2, right? And those 2 will cancel, and then that'll leave me with -1 on the side is equal to x. So my x value is now -1, and my y value is going to be 0. And that's how I got to this. Because my x value is -1, we always write the x value first, and then our y value, which was 0.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Ask as many questions as you need to understand. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks,
Well done
ma'am.
for asking,
Alright.
Onwaba.
Okay, so now I'm going to go to my graph and I'm going to plot these two. And I'm going to go to my y-axis or my y-intercept, and I'm going to go to y is 0 and 2. There's my y-intercept there. And my x value is -1 and 0. So that would be -1 and 0. It would be over there. And then I'm just going to take a ruler and join these 2 points like that. Ta-da! Join them just like that. Add arrows at the end. And as Precious said, we must always label y is equal to 2x plus 2. You're very welcome, Canva. And true, Jordan, very true. Everyone has a different way of explaining it. I bet you Ms. G does it a completely different way to what I do. Okay.
Camilla.
All right. Camilla
Sorry.
and Ray, can I ask you guys to hold on to your questions? I just want to move on to the next section, and then I'm going to take your questions in just a little bit, just so we can, move on a little bit. If you guys still don't understand this concept, you guys might have to revisit the videos that Ms. G did it, and she explains it a different way as well. So you'll hear somebody else doing it differently as well, and that might help as well. Okay. All right. So I hope this kind of makes sense, or if it absolutely makes sense to you guys, I'm glad. Okay. But now we're going to look at something like this. What happens if our y-intercept is 0 and our x-intercept is also 0? We're going to bump into a bit of a problem here. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to have to take Camilla's question because her question is based on the example that I gave on Nwaba. Okay, Camilla, how can I help?
Ma'am, for that 0, wait, when you wrote 0 equals 2x plus 2,
Yes.
So were you not supposed to carry down the 0 and minus it by that 2, -2?
Oh, okay. Yes, I can. I absolutely can. But remember, 0 doesn't really add anything. What's 5 plus 0?
5.
5. And what's 0 plus 5?
5.
5. So 5, like the 0 doesn't really do anything. So I can either put it in there or leave it. It doesn't really matter because 0 is kind of like nothing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But if you feel comfortable having it there, put it there. If it's gonna put you in the right frame of mind, add it in there. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Okay. Awesome. All right. All right. So now we're gonna look. Oh, not brain break yet, Asande. There's one more thing that we're gonna do before that. Okay. So what happens if our y-intercept is 0 and our x-intercept is also 0? Then we don't have exactly 2 points. Okay, now we're going to consider this function over here. So if I asked you guys in this example that we have over here, if I wanted to find my y-intercept here for y is equal to 2x, if I wanted to find my y-intercept, what would I have to do? And if I had to find my x-intercept, what would I have to do? Likona, are you asking a question, or would you like to answer this for me? I hope you want to answer this question for me.
It's fine.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Do you have a question that you want to ask?
No, I wanted to show you my straight line.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to see a straight line. Do you want to switch your camera on?
Oh yes,
And
please, Likona.
put it on the camera so we can see it.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see, go.
Oh, and she did it perfectly. It looks exactly the way it should, 100%. And yours looks so much better than mine because mine doesn't have lines and it's not as neat as yours. I'm a little bit jealous, I'll be honest, but very well done. Very
well done, Likona.
Amazing. Okay. Awesome. Liniko, would you like to unmute and tell me if I wanted to find my y-intercept, what would I have to do?
Ma'am, I think our y-intercept is going to be 0, and then it's going to be equal to 2x.
So I'm going to make x equal to 0, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to go y is equal to 2 times 0, and that's actually, you're correct. It's going to give me y is equal to 0. Can you give this to me in coordinate form? Can you give me the y-intercept in coordinate form?
It's going to be sorry, ma'am, which one do we start with? We start with the x, right, ma'am?
Yes, the x value. And you already told me the x value is?
So it's going to be 0, semicolon.
And my y value is?
Isn't it 2, ma'am?
Oh no, here, we just calculated it here. It's right here. What's it gonna be?
Oh, okay, ma'am, it's going to be y. Oh, so it's going to be 0, ma'am, sorry.
It's going to be 0. Yes, you're correct. There we go. It's going to be 0. Thanks, Kieran and Dando were giving you hints there in the chat. Well done, guys. Okay, excellent stuff. Well done, Luniko. Right, guys, so if I want to make my x-intercept, or if I want to find my x-intercept, I'm going to have to make my y equal to 0 as well. But Asande, what happens if I make my y equal to 0? Can you unmute for me?
You'll have to press a little button that is showing on your device. So you just have to click on it to communicate with us.
All right.
If not, Asande, you can just put your question or your answer on the chat.
In the chat. Okay. So we know that we're going to have to make our y-intercept, or if we want to find our x-intercept, we need to make y 0. So I'm going to have 0 is equal to 2x. And if I want to solve for x, I'm going to divide by 2, like Ntando says in the chat, and I'm going to divide by 2 on this side again. And these 2 will cancel. And 0 divided by 2 will just give us 0. So then x is also equal to 0. X is equal to 0. So now my coordinates for my x-intercept are also 0, 0. Okay. But now this gives me a bit of a problem because I only have 1 point. Both my x and my y-intercept only give me 1 point. I don't have 2 points that I can join to draw a straight line. Okay. Because we always need 2 points and not 1. Because if I have, let me just move this over here. If I've got my x and my y-intercept right here, and my x-intercept is 0, 0, that's right there at the origin. And my y-intercept, let me keep the colors the same again. My y-intercept, sorry, is 0, 0. And my x-intercept is also 0, 0. Which way do I draw my graph, guys? Do I draw it like that? Or like that? Or like that? The point 0, 0 doesn't really tell me anything. Okay. So if I want to draw this particular graph for 2x, I need 2 points. So we're going to go back to trying to do the table method. Let's do it in the table method. So I want you guys to use this function that we have, y is equal to 2x. And we're going to do, okay, I want this point to be 0, and we're going to use the point 1, 2, and 3. And over here, we're going to have -1, -2. I'd like you guys to try or give me the coordinates or the outputs for these particular points. Okay, I'll give you guys a couple minutes in the chat.
We can do this, my people. We can do it. We can nail it. Let's try. Remember, the best way of learning is just to give it a try. If you try and you feel stuck, you can raise your hand, and then Teacher Coco will guide you, and like this you will know. And it's you'll do well when you try. You'll see. Unati.
Hi, ma'am. Can I answer this?
Yes. Yes, Unati?
Ma'am, so you're going to use the formula y equals to 2x. So it's going to be y. In the place of x, you're going to put -2.
Good. So we'll get 2 multiplied by -2. And what would then that give us then?
-4.
Good, -4. Excellent. So the first one here is going to be -4. So my coordinates are going to be -2 and -4. I love how you guys say semicolon. I always forget it. Kira's asking if she can do the next one. Of course you can. Kira, are you able to unmute?
Okay, so Kira, you just have to press on your side to talk, okay?
Good evening, ma'am. Other one.
Hi, Kira.
Ma'am, I did like it's y equals 2 open bracket -1 close bracket, and then it's y equals wait, and then it's equal to -2.
-2. Excellent. So how would I write it in coordinate form?
-1, wait, open bracket, -1 semicolon, -2, and in close bracket.
Excellent. Amazing stuff. Well done. Okay. Excellent. And Tando, would you like to do the next one?
Yes, ma'am. We'd be on 2, right, ma'am? Oh no,
we'd be on
0. Sorry,
0.
that's right. Oh, so y is equals to 2 open bracket 0 close brackets, and then y is equal to 0.
Good, excellent. So we know that y is equal to 0. And can you give it to me in coordinate form?
Coordinate form. Open bracket 0 semicolon 0.
Woo, well done, Dando.
You guys are on fire. You guys are on fire. Bukamaso, can I ask you to raise your hand so that we can give you a chance to do one? Funzo, do the next one for me. I'm going to move a little bit faster. Yeah.
Funzo, please accept just click on on the little box so you can talk to us. Funzo, are you there? Okay, for now I can move to Camela. Camela, please unmute on your side.
Okay, so for 1, okay, so you write down y is equal to 2 in brackets 1, because 1 is the value of x.
Absolutely.
No.
And that's going to give us
2. Y is equal to 2.
Y is equal to 2. Excellent. So in my output, I'm going to put 2. And can you give it to me in coordinate form, please?
Okay. Open bracket 1 semicolon 2 close brackets.
Well done,
Excellent.
go.
Right. Well done. Well done. I'm running out of colors because there's so many of these. Okay, Asande, if you're going to unmute.
Asande, there should be a box on your side.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go. Hi, Asande.
Ma'am, so you're gonna say y is equals to 2 open brackets 3 close brackets.
Okay, 3. You do 3, that's fine. And how much is that going to give us?
6.
6, excellent. But you've done this one for me instead of 2. So can you give it to me in coordinate form?
Open brackets 3. Semicolon 6 and close bracket.
Well done, Asande.
Very last one, guys. Bukamuso. Oh, Bukamuso put her hand down.
I think it was Funzo, the one that wanted to answer this.
Oh, yes. Funzo.
Funzo, last time. Funzo, are you still there?
Hi, Funzo.
Yes, I'm still there.
Okay.
All right.
So we will
Okay,
say
the last one for me.
We'll say y is equals to 2 brackets 2.
Good. And what's my answer? Y is equal to?
It is equals to 4.
Good. And can you give it to me in coordinate form?
In coordinate form is 2 and 4.
Good. 2 and 4 like that. And then you can just add the brackets. I do that as well.
Brackets,
Okay.
yes.
Well done, go.
Very well done. All right. So guys, the thing that I'm getting at is we can do this. Imagine having to sit through a test and having to do every single one of these. And you don't have enough time. You don't actually need to do every single one of these. How many points do we actually need? How many points did we need in the graphs that we were doing before? Can you guys tell me in the chat? How many points did we need really? Camilla says 2.
Matona, you want to answer that? Rito?
Okay. Everyone is saying 2 except Esona says 6. So I'm not sure. We only need 2 points. Okay. So what we can do is we can go to our graph and we can choose just 2 points. We only need 2 of them. Okay. What I would like to do is choose the easiest point, if I'm being honest. I'm going to choose 0 and 0. Kanyisa, I'm going to show you why we need just 2 points. Okay, I'm going to choose the point 0 and 0 because it's nice and easy, 0 and 0. And I know where to find it. On my graph, it's going to be this point here where the points meet, right there, my origin. And then I'm going to choose the point 1 and 2. I'm going to choose the points 1 and 2. So I'm going to go onto my graph and I'm going to go, my X value is 1, so over there. And then my Y value is 1, 2. There's 2 over there. And then I'm going to see where they join. I'm going to go that way. And then I'm going to find that they meet over here. So I've got my origin point and that point. And then I'm just going to grab my ruler and join those 2 lines. Okay. That's it. Like that. And then I'm going to remember to label my graph so Precious doesn't that let me label like Kira's doing now in the chat. Label. I'm labeling.
They're reminding teacher to label.
And you guys, if you have grid paper and you draw this to scale, you will find that each one of these points, every single one of these points, -2 and -4, -1 and -2, they all sit on this line. So if we go and we plot -2 and -1 and we go, it will meet on the actual line. Okay, every single one of these points that we've just come up with over here, they will all meet on this line. You can choose whichever 2 points on this graph that you want. Maybe you don't want those 2. Maybe you want to choose -2 and -4 and 3 and 6, and then we join them with a ruler. Okay, yes, absolutely. Brain break. I agree. We need a brain break. Okay, we're going to do Maths 24 today. Remember, guys, we're looking to take all these numbers and add them together or multiply them or divide them or subtract them and see how they can get us to the number 24. So I want to see who can come up with the number 24. Okay, go for it. Try and put them together. Remember, you can only use the letters or the numbers once. Kira, do you already have an answer for us? Oh my word. Did you guys do this already? I need to tell Ms. G, and the reason why is because she's the one who set up the brain break. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes,
8 times 3 equals 24.
So how did you get to 8 times 3?
I added the 4s together and I added 2 plus 1 and then I got 24.
Plus 1, 3, and then 8 times 3 is equal to 24. Okay.
Well done, Kira.
Well done, Kira. I'm gonna let Ms. G know that she gave you guys a recycled one, and hopefully on Thursday we'll have a different one. I'm gonna ask her to make it a little bit harder for you guys. But back due to popular demand, the dingbat. Okay. For those of you who are new and don't know what a dingbat is, like me, because I had to go and figure it out, we are going to take these two objects and put them together, and they need to give us like a phrase, or they kind of mean something. Like, let's say, for instance, let me see if I can think of something. This one is quite difficult. I'll give you guys a hint. This one is a movie. But let me see if I can think of another example. The rainbow thingy is a spin top. It's a spin top. Okay, like a toy that you play with. It's called a spin top. Okay. Sisipo says rainbow book. It's not rainbow book, but that's the kind of idea that we're looking for. Camilla says top book. I've never heard of a movie called Top Book though. Unless it's a movie I've never watched before. But trust me, guys, it's a movie that most of you guys have seen before. Okay, this one is quite difficult. It took us a while. Kira says Barney. No. Precious says rainbow top. No, it's not rainbow top. Sunday says Rainbow Nation. No. Onwaba says Alice in Wonderland. No, not quite. Maybe a maths book. No. Ooh, Mujahid is onto something with that toy there. Misha is definitely not Red Notice. Oh, somebody got it. Somebody got it. Let me see. Who was it? Kira got it. It's Toy Story. Yes.
Well done, guys. I even shushed because that was so difficult. I couldn't figure it out.
It was very difficult. So this over here is a toy, and this is a storybook. So together they make Toy Story. Toy Story. So close, Camilla, so close. I know. Very well done. Very well done, Kira. Okay. Oh, Funzo thought it was Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Jordan, we do need more of these. Yeah, but hopefully Ms. G will have better ones and hopefully easier ones. Guys, this one wasn't easy for me, but you guys get them so quickly. All right, so we're gonna stretch a little bit. Yeah, I don't see Barney though, Kira. I don't see it. Okay, we're gonna stretch a bit. Everyone, hands up in the air. Just stretch those muscles.
Yes, guys, do the stretch.
And forward and back.
Time flies. We don't even have enough time.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna do the last little bit, and it has something to do with us finding 2 points. And remember, guys, we don't need to draw the whole table. We just need to find 2 points. So you guys get to choose which 2 points you want to choose. Personally, I think choosing x is equal to 0 already makes my life very easy because I already know where one of my points is going to be. I want to see if somebody can raise their hand and give me another coordinate that they want to try. And Dando, you don't have to do it in table form. We can just choose x is equal to 0. Does anybody else want to give us another value for x that we can try? Remember, we only need 2 values. Anyone else think of another one? Mujahid says 1. Okay, we can try 1. So we're going to try x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go y is equal to -5 times 0, and that's going to give me 0. So the first point I'm going to plot is going to be, oh, I love my purple. I'm going to go back to purple. The first point I'm going to plot is 0 and 0. And then if I make my x equal to 1, I can go y is equal to -5 multiplied by 1, and that's going to give me -5. So the second point I'm going to plot is my x value is 1 and my y value is -5. And then I'm going to go to my graph and I'm going to look for 0, 0. I'm going to put my point down, and then I'm going to go to my graph and find where x is equal to 1. Okay, oh, let me draw that in black actually. There. X is equal to 1 over there, and then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that is -5 over there. And then I'm going to see where they meet. Bring that one down. Bring that one down. They meet right there. And then all I have to do is take my ruler and join that dot and that dot. And I'm really sorry if my drawing is not so great. And there we go. Okay, and that's the graph that we want to draw. So we can pick any 2 points that we want. It doesn't really matter what they are. Yes or no, but how can I? Oh, Canva, I'm sorry. Yes, label. Okay, my graph is called y is equal to -5x. Okay. Hi, Nova. How can you? Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. Can you please do x is equal to 1 again?
Okay, sure. So can you walk me through this one? Because my y value or my function says y is equal to -5x. So I'm going to start by saying -5, and then what do I need to do next?
Substitute the 1.
Exactly. So I'm going to substitute 1, and I'm going to get -5 multiplied by 1 will give me
-5.
5. Okay, so I have the point 1 and -5. I chose my x value to be 1, and my y value came out as -5. So I'm going to go to my graph and find 1 and -5, and I'm going to put that point on the graph. And then I know that my other point was 0, 0. And then all I have to do is take a ruler, make sure that the two dots are on the ruler, and draw a straight line. Okay.
Well done, my people.
I hope that was helpful. Okay, I'm going to give you guys one more to do. This last one.
I've already given them.
That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. We are kind of out of time. So if you guys would like to take a screenshot of this, I think this is actually the last question that we have for the night. Okay, you guys can take a screenshot of this and you can try this one. Remember, you guys get to choose whatever x values you want. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. 0 is normally the one that we choose the most because it's easiest. Anything multiplied by 0 is 0.